Hey party people, it's me Jibron here back again with another video. If this is your first time sitting there, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get into today's video. Alright y'all, we are back for another edition of Jibron Unhinged. And y'all, this week was so This week was so interesting because I had a whole bunch of topics that I could have chosen from. Y'all, everybody seems like they wanted to, just have a piece of the spotlight this week, and that makes it good for a person like me. The first thing I want to talk about is when is too far enough when it comes to retaliation. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, we are going to be talking about Kenya Moore and Britt Eady and this whole Housewives of Atlanta situation. Now, if you don't know what happened, Britt Eady threatened Kenya with a firearm, and Kenya retaliated by showing some pictures of her doing the mob, is what we gonna call it. Homegirl was on her knees saying, "Daddy, please." Now, Britt has had this vendetta against Kenya since like the first episode since I watched. Granted, y'all could watch it because Housewives of Atlanta just isn't what it used to be, and instead of me complaining about it, I just choose not to watch it. I'm not gonna hate on it. I hope that all the women are successful. I hope the show does well. It's just, I didn't ask for the reboot, and it's like, some of the girls are good, but people like Britt make me not want to watch because it's like, first of all, your husband's gay. He's clearly not into you. He clearly likes men. And his blouses that he likes to wear, and he's a blouse, okay, himself. He's a feminine top. He likes, the delicate, finer things in life. And, maybe you packing him down, and maybe this is why you retaliated at Kenya. But anyway, the whole reason why I brought the husband up was because Kenya made a comment like, oh, she was like, this is my second ring. And now, if I was Kenya, I would have probably thought that she was talking about her second marriage. No, it was the second ring that her husband bought her. Oh, congratulations. You and your husband's chemistry, I've seen dogs with better chemistry than you and your husband. I've seen my dining room chairs and my tables have better chemistry than you and your husband. I've seen drapes and windows have a better connection than you and your husband. You and your husband make me uncomfortable. Granted, these are just a few scenes that I watched. Hopefully the season y'all look like y'all lovey-dovey. But I just saw a picture of y'all, and then again, I'm single and she got a ring. Right now, I'm not nobody's beard either. But that's beside the point. But anyway, so pretty much she's been having this thing against Kenya, and then they had a brunch or whatever, and then she decided to threaten her with the pow-pow, and which is not allowed on set, I might add. And they did an investigation, and Andy was trying to pretty much make it seem like, that it was no big deal. But whatever. She didn't have a weapon on her, but Kenya decided to retaliate with one of the most interesting things I've seen on Housewives. Now, if you are like me, you lived through the whole Candy Tractor in Portia, which I don't get why Portia's back is. Like, if Britt is allowed to be around, then why can you be? Anyway, not there yet. We lived through all that. We lived through all the Phaedra's lies. Phaedra probably don't even know what day of the week it is. She'll probably lie and say that it's Tuesday, even though it's really Friday, and then it's sunny outside and it's rainy, foggy, and hailing. I mean, it's the same woman. How did I get on Phaedra? I'm sorry, guys. Guess I said it. Now the Housewives have done a lot of antics. This is probably it's not the lowest thing I've seen on the franchise. The lowest thing I've seen, someone is accusing them of being like Bill Cosby. That's the lowest thing. But my whole thing about the Britt and Kenya situation is you don't get to tell me how to respond to you threatening me. If you do bring up a firearm in a work situation, I'm going to come at you full blaze ahead. Even if my employer is not going to have my back like that, I'm going to have my own heart. Nobody's saying what Kenya did was correct. But it's like, if you punch me, you can't tell me how to respond to you, if that makes sense. You can't tell me, like, if somebody literally sucker punches you and then you decide to go call the police, you can't tell me that that's worse than you fight in the back. If you attack somebody, no matter how you can't tell somebody how to respond. It's pretty much what I'm saying. And that's what I feel like the majority of the people that I see on Twitter or whatever are saying. Like, you can't, okay, was Kenya wrong for a girl being a lady of the evening? Yes. but it was on the internet. So she knew she was a thot. She knew she was popping that thing for a pork chop dinner a long time ago. But it was like,
She nothing.
what I'm not understanding is, how does Britt get to keep her job after threatening to do that to someone, especially the height that we're in and all the things that we've had to go through when it comes to things with that particular thing. But Kenya gets suspended. Both of them should have suspended. If you're gonna suspend one, suspend the other one. And Portia should be suspended too for the things that she's done years ago. I mean, this is the same woman who said that we have 265 days a year.
You.
I'm not understanding how you can tell someone, like, no offense, y'all awesome thoughts if you just want to be correct about it. All y'all have been around the block. Everybody on that cast has been around the block at least once. And that doesn't make you greater or less than you. They were just smart enough to do it in front of a camera and you wasn't. Now, do I think that Kenya should have released the pictures in the middle of her grand opening of her hair salon that she worked entirely hard for, that she put $400,000 of her own money up for? Absolutely, positively, no. If she felt like she wanted to do these pictures, she could have done them at a nice brunch. You don't let us set the scene up for you. You got all the ladies over to your beautiful house. You could have walked on the patio, and everybody thinks they know Britt Eady, but do you know that Britt Eady is a thot? Granted, I don't even see. And then Britt trying to act all victim. I was like, oh, I didn't do anything. First of all, Britt, you came up there with them lip fillers and all that bad plastic surgery. You don't look. You're a beautiful woman in your cousin's eyes, but I'm pretty sure so is Bob. But it's just like, you don't get to tell a person how to like respond, especially when you're threatening them. Like, if you're a person like me, I don't take threats lightly. Like, threatening me, I don't know what, especially when you're a stranger, I don't know what you're quite capable. Like, I remember somebody came to work one time and got a little aggressive with me. I didn't know how to take it. So at the time I called a friend of mine, oh, they picked up the phone. And so pretty much, you know, at the time it was like, call me if you need me. And I was like, I kind of need you right now. And it was down the street, whatever. But anyway, you can't tell a person how to like pretty much reach out for help. Like, especially with these crazy Atlanta people, it's just like you never know what somebody's really capable of. And you never quite know what a person's gonna do. It's just, but the sad thing about it is, Britt, you did all that and nobody side with you. First of all, your voice is probably one of the most annoying things I've ever heard. You sound all days away and you talk like this. And me and my husband, we love each other, and I love him, and we have this house, and I have 2 diamond rings. It's like, shut up and get off my screen. You are thirsty. You're not even thirsty. You're dehydrated. You need a Gatorade. You need water. You need IV bag fluid. You want to be so popping so bad that you had to come for the person that's been on the show the longest to get a moment, and the moment backfire because we don't like you. Okay, you're disgusting. You're trash. And you're a hooker to make insult to injury. Like, no offense. At least when we like Kim Zolciak when she was hooking, at least we liked her when she was a hooker, okay? Then she got recorded. If you're gonna be a hooker, be proud of being a hooker. Now, should have Kenya showed you hooking? No. But it was on the internet, girl. You knew you was a thot. You knew you was a lady of the night. You knew that you spread it wide open for a pork chop dinner, girl. You know that you were capable of selling your goods. I would hope you was selling it if you was getting tamed. Then again, baby, you wasn't. And then what was disgusting was y'all tried to say she was underage in the pictures. First of all, if she was underage in these pictures, why are they even on the internet, A? B, why were they even aired on television, even if they were blurred out, if she was underage in these photographs? I feel like y'all are trying to make this situation worse than what it already is. Both of these people is wrong. Nobody's saying King is right. But you sure ain't right. Both of y'all should have been suspended and called it a damn long day. Do I understand where Kenya comes from? Yes, because I probably would have done, I would have done it now. I would have probably told you I had the pictures and showed you and been like, girl, I know. I would have never, like, the whole revenge porn thing, I'm not about to get a lawsuit against some random whore. Like, I'm not doing that. Like, you're not worth it. Like, are you even gonna be on TV in 2 years? You may be, I don't know. But it's just like nobody knew you beforehand. Not everybody's talking about you because you got into it with Kenya. Kenya is your reason for fame. Thank her. Kiss her feet every time you see her. Because And then this whole situation even got even worse because Kenya has been like typing and commenting, and she's like, Kenya, shut up if you want to get back on Bravo. Please catch your mouth unless Bravo's done with you. And then you had the nerve to post what Nene said about Cynthia, because y'all haven't talked since the whole incident. First of all, Cynthia is a nice woman, but I think Cynthia, at the end of the day, knows that she's going to have to protect her bag. Cynthia, nobody knew you before Housewives. Well, I guess somebody did. I didn't know you before Housewives. You were pretty and you were a supermodel. But it's like Cynthia's a wealthy woman, and she's going to make sure that her health is protected at all costs. Now, in the friend department, she has always been on the floor, whichever. I don't think that she's a flip-flopper. I think Cynthia protects herself, and the people get mad that she protects herself. But you had the narc post when Nene posted after you drug Nene all them years saying that the network doesn't think you're valuable. Well, evidently they don't think you're valuable either. You haven't been on Watch What Happens Live. You haven't really been on any real like interview circuits. You don't get any interviews. You're gonna do your own interviews on YouTube, which I'm uploading this to. So me and you are pretty much in the same boat at this point. And it's like, your salon, I hope is doing well, but it's just like you kind of played yourself, and then you thought Nene was going to have your back after you did Hunger wrong, and then he went and posted all the crap you said about her when she was going through her stuff with Bravo. Anyway, next topic, because these housewives, okay, Keri Hilson. First of all, Keri Hilson, I forgot you even existed. Okay, I'ma just be honest with you. We have not heard from you since it's Keri, baby. Like, girl, I haven't seen you since I was at least, no, I'm lying, because you had that little role in almost Christmas. So I think I was 12. Girl, I'm 20. Girl, where you been at? Esther, this is all your fault. Okay, listen here what had happened. Okay, so if you were around, like I was around back in the early 2000s, hey, I was probably 4 when this happened. I remember Keri Hilson, I remember Pretty Girl Rock, I remember It's Keri, baby. You had that other song, I forget. Oh, Turning Me On, which song we about to talk about. So, pretty much, 16-year-old feud has been reunited about why it didn't happen. So Keri Hilson has been beef. Well, she hasn't had a feud with her, but pretty much it's been rumored for years that Keri Hilson has had this feud with Beyonce. First of all, girl, I don't even know why you're even saying these. Well, I do understand why, because you feel. We'll get into it in a minute. Keri Hilson did a remix of her song Turning Me On, and she said the following lines: "Your vision cloudy if you think you're the best." They thought that it referenced to either Beyonce or Sierra. Now, I remember years ago, everybody was throwing shades and using Got to Be Real, and they said, did somebody say, carry my bags to the Hilton? And I remember like, oh my God, what did Keri Hilson do? And why is she mad with Beyonce? I find out now. Because Keri Hilson had like a couple of, she had Pretty Girl Rock, that other song, and I don't remember nothing else. But that's alright because she got 2 more songs than I do. So it's alright, okay? She has a legitimate, she's an actress. And she's about to release new music. I think somebody cares. Keri, your career didn't last that long enough for us to like miss you or whatever. Because after this, your career pretty much, like you had that follow-up album after the Turning Me On remix. It sold 205,000. Hold on. It sold approximately 205,500 copies compared to your 500,000 gold-selling album previously. You can't play with royalty. I mean, Beyonce by this point was Beyonce. This is after the Destiny Child years. This is after Irreplaceable. This was after Single Ladies. This is when Beyonce was established as an artist. Like, Beyonce was Beyonce. Like, she was that girl. It was Beyonce and Rihanna and the rest of you girls. Like, it literally was Beyonce, Rihanna, and you girls. From what I remember, especially if you were black. Like, Beyonce, Rihanna, hopefully Keri Hilson was running, Keisha Cole. Charlie was gone by then. Oh, Nicki Minaj, but that's not the same thing, because Nicki Minaj was in her own way. She's a rapper. Yeah, that's about it. So, pretty much she was in the Breakfast Club, and she was like, yeah, I pretty much felt pressured and I felt blackballed. And they told me that if I didn't sing this lyric, I would have been blackballed. Which you had to realize this was Keri's first album. The homegirl probably just wanted to be a star, and she regretted it ever since. thing about Keri is at least Keri has been able to get sustainable work. She's been able to appear in movies, even though she has. Sorry, guys, I got a phone call. But I really feel like what's so bad about the situation is Esther wrote the lyric, and she ended up to have this prolific songwriter career. She ended up working with Beyonce for 4. She wrote Countdown. And she ended up working with Rihanna and all these other people. And Keri's career suffered. And now she's trying to make a comeback in music after you ruined everything. You don't need to work ever again if that's what you did. You ruined this lady's dreams, her livelihood, all behind being messy and petty. And now you want to take accountability 16 years after the fact. It's disgusting what people can do to someone who literally just wanted to be a star. Keri reminds me of so many people. She is the quintessential little girl from you know, like, she like a round the way girl who just so happen to have some success, and she wants to maintain success. And you ruined this girl's life. You ruined this girl's career. You put her up against Beyonce when she was like, this is when, like, it was literally Beyonce. Like I told you, it was Beyonce, Rihanna. And then I think Ciara was still popping it. But you put her up against 2 heavyweights. And you got to have a career after the fact, and she doesn't. And you can't do anything but help me feel sorry for this girl, because she felt like she was stuck in a rock and a hard place. Because what if she did say no? She probably would have had a career after the fact. I mean, I feel like I feel like it would have been the same situation all over. It's just absolutely she got literally ripped. I remember that line, carrying my bags to the Hilton like it was yesterday. Like, poor Keri. Esther, I guess she'll never work again now. Hopefully Keri can make a comeback. I don't know how she's gonna make a comeback, but I hope that she can make a comeback so she can get everything that she rightfully deserves. And Esther, anyway, that's all the time that we have here. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.